Welcome back to our channel, and thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting us. But if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so that we can bring you the latest news as they come up. And together, we shall support our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, and Eastern Security Network to make our Biafran dream a reality. The new Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Káyọ̀dé Arínwólà, has exposed the Minister of Injustice, Abubakar Malami, that is going about bribing the justices. He bribed the Court of Appeal president, who had to remove the justices that sat in the panel that set Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free, and brought in new justices whom were given so much money to give the Fulani Nigerian government a favorable ruling and judgment. Instead of obeying the court judgment, but they refused to obey because of their hatred for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Ndị Igbo. Justice Arínwólà warned all the judges to leave politics for the politicians because they will rubbish their career. He warned them. And this made Buhari impostor and Abubakar Malami to shiver. They are afraid that they have put in the wrong person as the Chief Justice. But time will tell. We will know if he's also being bought over by the Fulani Nigerian government. You know, the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Injustice, Abubakar Malami, is ignorant of the law, the Fulani law, because the Constitution, 1999 Constitution, was solely written by the Fulani Janjaweed. He's ignorant of it and has personal hatred for Ndị Igbo and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You know, Abubakar Malami was the one that ordered the transfer of the 3 justices of the appeal court who gave the ruling that discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on October 13, 2022, according to the Chief Justice of the Federation. He was the one. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Injustice, Abubakar Malami, created or is creating and promoting ethnic agenda against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the entire Southeast region. Abubakar Malami ought to uphold the law. That's his job. But he has decided to be lawless and defiant to court orders because of unwarranted personal hatred he had against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Ndị Igbo. IPOB, under the prophet and indefatigable liberator Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, condemns this disgraceful and irresponsible and unguarded statements from Alhaji Abubakar Malami, a Fulani terrorist Janjaweed. Alhaji Abubakar Malami transferred the honorable justices who displayed sincerity in justice on 13th of October 2022 in the appeal court to work on the minds of the newly appointed judges and has used them to order a stay of execution of justice, which they have carried out on Friday, the 28th day of October 2022. What a big shame to these useless judges who were just selected a week ago to carry out the injustice to allow the stay of execution of order by the same court only 2 weeks ago. What a big shame. They have displayed their ignorance of the law and their willingness to act unjustly due to their lack of independence for allowing themselves to be used by an illiterate, quota system, Sharia lawyer, Abubakar Malami, the Minister of Injustice. They may not know what they did to themselves now, but later they will realize that their careers have been trashed by this singular act. Alhaji Abubakar Malami, a quota system, illiterate lawyer, should go back and read law books again. He should drop the Sharia law books he's reading. He should read the proper law books. Because all the charges and cases he cited during his interview with Vanguard newspaper were embedded in the case quashed by the Court of Appeal. He is just exhibiting ignorance and myopic understanding of the law and the constitution of the same country he claims to be representing. He should redeem some of his credibility, that is, if he ever has one, by simply obeying the court orders. The world is watching his stupidity and ignorance of the law. We are laughing at him because his reputation and that of Nigeria is going down every day as they keep disobeying their own courts. We realize that since the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Malami has been ill. He has been sick, physically shrinking and weakening because of unwarranted personal hatred he has against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Ndị Igbo. Let Malami and his collaborators know that their hatred against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Ndị Igbo will destroy them and Nigeria soon. As the Minister of Injustice, he ought to uphold the law, but he has decided to be lawless and defiant to court orders, exposing the Fulani Nigerian government as a banana republic that is. Malami and this lawless and terrorist-sponsoring government are by themselves devaluing Nigeria while they blame the citizens for their woes. Malami has no other option but to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and stop disgracing himself and his Fulani Nigerian government. And Nigeria has a lot of brilliant lawyers who are supposed to be appointed as Attorney General, but unfortunately, for the sake of tribalism, nepotism, and their Fulanization agenda, a lunatic, illiterate extremist, and tribal bigot like Malami was appointed to promote this Fulani agenda. Those who understand the law should advise Malami and his co-conspirators in the Ministry of Justice to know that he is representing the Fulani Nigerian government and not a Sharia court system or his APC evil political party. My brothers and my sisters, you can see that Nigeria is finished. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Barrister İOESN'T vows to challenge the appeal court ruling preventing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. Barrister İOESN'T raised concern about the circumstances surrounding the reversed ruling, saying they served notice of the issue or the case barely 45 minutes before the time slated for ruling. Barrister Ejiofor said application for stay of execution of judgment of the Court of Appeal pending the determination of the appeal filed before the Supreme Court was granted by the same Court of Appeal, though presided over by an entirely new panel of justices. In granting the application, the court, however, directed the parties to settle records and transmit the same to the Supreme Court within 7 days to ensure accelerated hearing of the appeal. Without any prejudice to the integrity of the learned justices, I don't think they have any integrity, that delivered this ruling, the fact that hearing notice on such a crucial, sensitive ruling was served on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers barely 45 minutes before the time slated for the ruling is pregnant with meaning. The judgment of the Court of Appeal discharging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and striking out the 7-count charges still subsists. It has not been set aside. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video. Bye-bye for now.